Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive.
Yeah.
We love to explore these complex topics, and today is no exception. We're diving headfirst into the world of AI.
A world that honestly is already all around us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not some far-off future thing.
Yeah.
It's impacting our lives every single day.
And that's why I think these conversations we're having are so important.
Right. Especially when you look at how fast things are changing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The speed of AI development is just incredible.
Like that story we saw about the self-improving AI model.
Oh, yeah. The one that's basically teaching itself at an insane rate.
It's kind of mind-blowing to think about.
I mean, just imagine if that kind of learning power could be applied to, solving climate change.
Or finding cures for diseases.
Exactly. The potential is huge.
But at the same time,
yeah,
I can see why people are getting a little freaked out.
I get it. Like if AI becomes so much smarter than us,
Right. How could we even make sure it's still working for our benefit?
that's the million-dollar question. And it leads us straight into the whole ethics debate.
Which is definitely heating up.
No kidding. Especially with that news about a tech company launching their own ethical AI framework.
I saw that. Lots of buzz online about it.
Some people are optimistic. They see it as a big step in the right direction.
But others are like, hold on a second. Can you really code ethics into an algorithm?
It's a valid question. Ethics are messy, complicated things.
And the AI debates forum is blowing up with opinions.
Which is great. We need to be having these conversations.
Exactly. So let's break it down. What are some of the arguments people are making?
Well, on one side, you have folks saying that any attempt to build ethical AI is better than nothing.
Even if it's not perfect.
Right, because even a flawed framework can still help to mitigate some of the risks.
Like maybe it can reduce bias in decision-making processes.
Exactly. Imagine AI being used to ensure fairness in loan applications or hiring practices.
That would be huge.
It would. But then on the other side, you have the skeptics who say you can't just program morality.
Because human ethics are too complex.
They worry that AI will oversimplify things or even create new ethical dilemmas we haven't even thought of.
It's a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
And it's something we all need to be thinking about. So I want to ask you, the listener,
Yeah.
if you were designing an ethical AI, what would be your top priorities? What guidelines would you consider absolutely essential?
It really makes you think, about the balance we need to find.
Yeah, between all the potential benefits and the risks of AI.
Right. It's like this incredible power.
But we have to figure out how to use it responsibly.
Exactly. And I think one of the most exciting things about AI is its potential to connect us.
Connect us. How so?
Well, think about all the information and ideas out there.
Right.
AI can help us to share that knowledge in ways we never could before.
Like breaking down language barriers, for example.
Exactly. AI-powered translation tools are already making it easier for people from different cultures to communicate.
That's pretty amazing when you think about it.
It is. Like AI is helping us to build bridges between people.
Instead of creating those echo chambers we always hear about.
Right. And it goes beyond just communication. AI can also help us to work together more effectively.
Like through collective intelligence.
Exactly. Imagine scientists from all over the world using AI to collaborate on research projects.
Wow. They could solve problems so much faster.
They could. And that brings us to another fascinating aspect of AI.
Which is...
consciousness.
Whoa! Okay, now we're getting into some deep stuff.
We are. The question of whether AI could ever become self-aware is a big one.
It's been debated for decades.
And there's no easy answer.
So what are some of the different viewpoints on this?
Well, some people believe that consciousness is simply a product of complexity.
Meaning that as AI systems become more advanced...
they'll eventually reach a point where they develop self-awareness.
Kind of like how our own brains work.
Exactly. But then you have others who say that consciousness is something unique to living beings.
That it can't be replicated in a machine.
Right. They argue that AI might be able to mimic human behavior.
But it won't ever truly experience emotions or have subjective experiences.
It's a debate that could go on forever.
Probably will. But it's a fascinating one nonetheless.
It is. And it raises all sorts of ethical questions.
Like if AI does become conscious...
how should we treat it?
would it have rights?
Should we be afraid of it?
These are big questions.
They are, and they're questions we need to be thinking about now.
Or it's too late.
Exactly. We need to be proactive in shaping the ethical development of AI.
And that means having these tough conversations.
Absolutely. We need to involve diverse perspectives and ensure that AI is aligned with our values as a society.
So I want to ask you, listener, what kind of future do you envision for AI and humanity?
What role do you see yourself playing in shaping that future?
It's interesting. We've talked a lot about the potential risks of AI.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to remember that technology itself isn't inherently good or bad.
It's all about how we use it.
Right. And that brings us to a really crucial question. How do we ensure that the benefits of AI are shared equitably,
That's a big one, and it's something that a lot of people are concerned about.
especially when you consider the potential for job displacement?
Right, if AI starts automating more and more jobs.
What happens to the people who lose those jobs?
Exactly. We need to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to benefit from AI.
Not just a select few.
And that's going to require some proactive solutions.
Like what kind of solutions?
Well, some people are talking about things like universal basic income.
Where everyone gets a guaranteed income regardless of whether they have a job.
Right. And others are focused on retraining programs to help workers adapt to the new economy.
So that they can acquire the skills they need for the jobs of the future.
Exactly. The jobs that AI will create.
Because it's not all doom and gloom, right?
No, not at all.
No.
AI has the potential to create amazing new opportunities.
But we need to make sure that those opportunities are accessible to everyone.
And that's where things like education become really important.
Yeah. We need to invest in education systems that prepare people for a world where AI is increasingly prevalent.
Absolutely. We need to teach people how to work alongside AI.
And how to leverage its power for good.
Right. It's not just about protecting people from the negative impacts of AI.
It's about empowering them to thrive in a world where AI is a part of our lives.
Exactly. And that brings us to another important aspect of equity,
Which is?
ensuring that AI is developed and used in a way that respects human rights and dignity.
That's essential.
We need to be super careful about bias in algorithms.
Right. Because if we're not careful,
AI could end up perpetuating existing inequalities.
or even creating new ones.
Exactly. So we need to be very deliberate in how we design and deploy these systems.
And we need to involve diverse perspectives in the process.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
We need to make sure that the people who are most likely to be impacted by AI have a voice in shaping its development,
And that brings us to this idea of human-centered AI design.
which is all about putting human values at the forefront.
So it's not just about what AI can do.
It's about how AI can help us create a better world,
A world that's more just,
more equitable.
more sustainable,
Exactly. AI is a tool.
and like any tool,
It can be used for good or for evil.
it all depends on us,
On our choices.
on our values.
On our vision for the future.
And that's what we've been exploring in this deep dive.
The challenges and opportunities of AI.
The ethical considerations,
Potential risks and benefits.
and most importantly,
How we can shape the future of AI in a way that benefits all of humanity.
so as we wrap up,
Yeah.
we want to leave you, listener, with a final question to ponder.
If AI could solve one global problem,
What would you choose?
and why?
Think about it.
Talk about it.
Share your ideas with the world.
Because the future of AI is not predetermined
Something we're creating together.
right now.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI.
We hope you found it informative.
Thought-provoking.
And maybe even a little bit inspiring.
Keep exploring,
And keep questioning.
and keep the conversation going.
Because the future is ours to shape.
And we believe that with AI as a partner, not a master,
I can create a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive.
a world where technology serves humanity.
And where we all have a role to play in building a better future.